in the middle of the project. It's
Yes.
week 2, I think.
Yes, 2 weeks now.
What do you think? How do you feel like?
Actually, we have been so much motivated in 2 weeks' time because a lot has been done.
Yeah.
From the time you came, we had nothing on ground.
Yeah.
But as you look into the school, the building has been raised up.
Right. So let's jump back a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about the poverty of the community and why it's important to have a school here?
Mother's Heart was basically initiated to fight poverty and illiteracy in this community. And if you educate people, then you're giving them good health, and you're also ending poverty in the long run. That's why we're motivated to start up a school called the Golden Hill Junior School, to see that we can fight poverty in the long run, but also end the high levels of illiteracy in this community.
So talk a little bit about how poor the people are. What do they do for a living? How much money do they have? How many children do they have?
Mutoto community actually it's at its high levels of poverty. Someone would say it's at the each household lives on less than $1, and majority of the families are farmers, and they do subsistence farming. They have smaller portions where they cultivate, and even the small food they earn is for the home, but it's also not enough for the home. So most families are into casual work. They do a lot of casual work in people's fields to get something to eat. A few people go to town, still also do the casual work, like to carry the luggage and also to sweep on streets, such that they are able to finance their homes. Yes.
What activities do you do at the school, but also besides school, to positively impact the people here?
Mother's Heart is more in education. Like we have the school, that is the formal education. But we have the functional adult education. Functional adult education, we mean that we need to train a father or a mother to have a practical skill. Like then that practical skill, they are able to use it and earn some money for the family. For example, at Mother's Heart, we are giving more tailoring courses, hands-on. So they make clothes, they make bags, they make slingers and handcrafts. Then those handcrafts, we are able to sell them, and they raise money. 2, we also give them a skill in hairdressing.
Yeah.
You know, Africans, we like to style the hair, especially the women, and also to share. We keep our hair short.
Yeah.
So we feel that another can easily learn such skills in a short period, such that we can improve on their economic status.
So sounds like you really understand the problems of the people here. So, and I understand you as a grassroots activist. So you came here, you live with the people, first analyzed their problems, and now are tackling them in different ways. Can you talk about your grassroots activism a little bit?
Me personally, I was a journalist. I used to work on TV and on radio, and a news anchor. And I was anchoring a lot of stories concerning Mutoto village. It motivated me to go and study. I came back here after my studies to do a research and find out why people were living so much in poverty, yet they are close to Mbale town. The research showed that many of them have never gone to school. Then it also showed that many of them are poor. So, me as an activist, I realized I need to come and live with the people here, because I'm born in the north of Mbale and Mutoto is in the south of Mbale. But after the research, I was motivated to come and live with the people, understand them better than from the research. Normally for us academicians, we go to the field, with the questionnaire, you ask a person what is A, B, C, D, because you have a list of things you want to understand. That is all, yes. But in research it says you can be biased because people know you're a university student, so asking questions, people try to give you their take, maybe in a negative way, and less in a positive way. So I decided to say no. Apart from the research, let me come and live with the people, work with them, understand better their livelihood, understand, make a relationship with them. Then after it was from that initiative of living here, then I began to understand them, and I'm still understanding them because it's a long run, it's a long process. So I decided to mobilize community, and we began to tackle things that are simple, but create a lot of impact.
So you said you mobilized community. Tell us about your first steps here, because I think it's really important to understand how you started here with the help of the community.
Community mobilization takes time, but they have to believe in you first of all, because you're a new person in the community. So if you're a new person in the community, they have to believe in you. They have to know who you are. But the first step I used was to engage the local community leaders. Approach one by one, then we mobilize the community leaders, we mobilize the local councils that are at government level. Then we also mobilize the religious leaders, because community believes in them. Then we mobilize cultural leaders. It's very strong here. Put them together in a meeting and engage them into discussion. But also I gave them the feedback from the research. And that they saw need to involve the whole community.
And why is that important?
It was important that needs can never be fought by leaders alone. But if we engage the grassroots person, then they take on the initiative for their own household and for their own families.
And how did the initiative look like? I understand you built the school with what?
First of all, when we started the school, it was quite challenging, although we are trying to break that kind of barrier. One, we went to communities and told them we want to start a school here. They believed it because there was need. So many children were not going to school, so they began to give us local materials, like the poles. They offered labor. Themselves, they came on ground, and we began locally. And from that local part of it, they began to own the school. They began to own the project. And that's how it's growing very fast, and really is very thankful that the community is very receptive on what we are doing.
Great. And that's crucial for the long-term success of the project.
That is one of the sustainability part of it. Because if you just impose something on the community, they are most likely to reject it. Hopefully it's not their need, but to them they identify their own needs in the community meetings, and I ask them, can we solve one by one? I know there are many problems in the community, but we prioritize it. If we can do education and health, these are the most important. That's why you see the school is growing very fast. People are bringing their children, they are supporting manually, they are supporting with the local available resources, and we are progressing.
Fantastic. So you as a Ugandan, so I guess you have a lot of experience with foreign organizations, NGOs coming in and trying to help. What are they doing differently or sometimes wrong compared to the project here?
I've worked with other NGOs, and one of the things which is good, I gained experience, I've learned the do's and don'ts, but the uniqueness we are trying to do is that foreigners are not imposing their project on the local people. Here in Mutoto. The so-called foreigners or the Europeans, they are coming to join the locals in what they started. So they are not overshadowing the community. It's the community on top, then other people are partners. So when resources are mobilized, they are brought to the community to prioritize, to spend what they're supposed to spend, or to improve on what they had already prioritized. That is the uniqueness. Other projects, they come with their needs assessment and they impose the community, so they are not successful. In the long run, once they leave, they withdraw, everything ends. Yes.
Okay.
But with here, we want the sustainability of it.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Now we've been here, we 264 and all the volunteers that we brought, we've been here for 2 weeks now. Can you talk a little bit about the experience the locals have with all the Muzungus, as they're called here?
This is quite new experience, and in life everybody should go through the new experience. We least expected that one day this community would host many volunteers, and we prepared the community and said, look, this is a new experience all the locals should experience, so we are going to have visitors. And you know, Ugandans and the Mutoto people, when they hear of a visitor, they are very, very much receptive. But we had to prepare them and tell them, no, they are coming to live with us and they are coming to work with us.
Yes.
So they are very receptive. I think you can see on ground. Everyone is active, everyone is supportive. We involve into interaction sessions and we interact. Like you saw last time we had football. It was an avenue to interact with the community and the volunteers.
Yeah.
Then we had a community meeting, basically to know one another, and we work together.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a crucial thing. We work together.
We work
We're
together.
not only visitors,
No.
but when we as 264 bring in volunteers, we want them to live among the locals, interact with them, and work with them collaboratively.
Yeah.
And that's how we want to support local projects and elevate them so that they can do the impact that they want to have.
We appreciate every person who donated, every person who sacrificed time to leave their country and they came to this community to work with the local people to make a difference. Because as locals, that's where we end. Then when a new idea comes in, it means it's pushing the community to another level.
Yeah.
And we believe by the end of this session or this visit, there will be great increase and great success for the project.
Right.
Not only for the project, but also for the people here. Their incomes will have increased because all the materials we are buying, we are getting them locally here. So we are leaving a finance into the household. And we are not importing anything.
True.
Everything we are buying with the resources supported,
Yeah.
we are getting it locally.
Yeah.
Come to food, building materials, water, everything. We are getting it locally here.
True.
Yeah.
And finally, can you talk a little bit about how we got here? Like, I know I visited you last year, lived with you for several weeks. Can you talk a bit about that?
Actually, I'm very thankful because when I met you, it was really I wasn't very certain what we would do. But for us, we have a saying that friendship begins on the way and ends home. You meet on the way walking, hey, hi. Then the next day, come and visit me home, and we are always receptive to go and visit someone. What you did, it was exactly with our saying, friendship begins on the way and it ends home. And how you came here, it was God-driven. Sometimes we don't have the power to connect the two people to come and stay together, live together, have the same vision. It's quite challenging, but really this is the reality of it. And I begin to believe that you love that so much, and you were able also to go and bring other friends. And I'm also adding more friends on you. So that's the networking we are trying to talk about, which is quite good. And all the volunteers, we appreciate, because now the way is open to everyone and our community is very receptive. And they know now 264 is a real friend to Mother's Heart Uganda.
True. Yeah. You know, what you did, you came here, lived among the people, learned about their problems. This is somehow what I tried last year. I came here, lived with you and your family, you opened your house, and I tried to understand first, who are you and Kate? What are you doing? What is your impact that you're having? But also, what are the problems? And is 264 able to step in?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was exactly what you did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I remember you promised that you're going to come back next time. I said, yeah, the doors are open, come back. I'm happy that this year, 2020, you made it, not you alone, but also with your family member and also friends.
Yeah.
and friends of the friends, where I see a nice team, very vibrant, very energetic, to join this community and work together.
So finally, what is your vision for this community, for the school, but also what is your vision beyond the school?
My vision beyond the school is we want to create a model school in this community. Once we create a model school in this community, then every person will be looking onto it and how to achieve the highest grade of education in Uganda. Once they attain the education, then it means we'll have ended the high levels of illiteracy in the long run. But also I believe that an educated child is an asset to the community. So they will begin to get employment, they will begin to be in professionalism and come back and support their own community.
Yeah.
That is one my vision. Another vision is to see that the health of the people in this community is highly improved.
Yeah.
So we are thinking to build a maternal and child care hospital that will be a center for maternal and child health to this community. Because in Uganda, 310 women die every day due to maternal related causes that can be preventable or can be treatable. So we believe if this community has a nearby center, a health facility that has all the maternal services, then the maternal death will reduce. Because mother's heart at the moment, we are more on to preventive. But after a certain level, we are want to focus in the future to be curative. If there are emergencies, where do the mothers go?
Yeah.
We need to have an ambulance. We need to have surgeons for cesarean section. We need to have a facility where new baby borns are born.
Yeah.
What we would say maternity ward. That is really on standard. Yes.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for your time, Jeremiah. I think now it's time to get Kate back to university. And I think for you at home, if you would like to learn more about social partners like Jeremiah, what the impact that they are having here with 264 Together, follow us on our social media accounts. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.